Hello ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Welcome back to Force Strategy Gaming and to the newly dubbed Force Feed. Here at the Force Feed, I will be keeping you up to date on all recent gaming news and announcements and sharing with you my thoughts and opinions on them. The goal of this show is to keep you up to date as to what's going on in the industry and let you know how I feel about these events so that you can make a more well-informed decision. Today is Monday, November 14th, 2011, and let's just get today's show started. Skyrim saw its official release last Friday, November 11th. Overall, it's been getting pretty rave reviews. I personally have been having a fantastic time with the game. I've got my Let's Play series running right now. I'm having a great time. People seem to be enjoying it as well. I'm certainly giving the game a thumbs up, no questions asked about that, but there has been a major complaint with the game in terms of bugs. People have raised issues with bugs that they have found in the game, some big, some small. Bethesda in general has been known to have bugs at launch, but you have to keep in mind as well that these are very large games, and that pretty much raises the point. With such a large and expansive game, we look at the Elder Scrolls series, we look at the Fallout series, both of these very open world RPGs, kind of do whatever you want. Are these small bugs something that you are okay with? Personally, I don't take major issue with them. There have been bugs associated with the physics when it comes to being attacked by giants. There's also a bug found with being able to actually get almost infinite gold because you could consistently loot this book that dropped off a certain body in the game and then just keep selling it. These are all specific examples to Skyrim, but again, is it anything major? I'm not overly concerned about it. I can wait for a patch till these small things are actually ironed out, and especially since this is a single player game, it's nothing that I think is entirely game breaking. But what do you guys think about it? Now on to news about Battlefield 3. DICE evidently listens to their player base. There have been issues in the game with the tactical flashlight in multiplayer play. Essentially, a lot of players were feeling that this was just way too overpowered. It's essentially an attachment that allows you to almost blind your opponent, making it very difficult for them to respond to your fire. And people have been feeling that this is just way too strong in its current iteration, and DICE listens to their community, and they have gone ahead and said that they are going to make a change to this. They will be actually reducing the radius of the flashlight so that it's not so overpowering and glaring to a player who's looking at it getting shot by an opponent, and this will allow you to better respond as a player. As an individual myself who has played many competitive games in the past, dealing with things that are deemed overpowered can certainly be frustrating, and the fact that DICE is taking such a swift response to this, and they're actually, listening to their community and saying, hey, we understand what you guys are saying, we understand that you feel that this is too strong, so we're going to do something about it. Hats off to them. I mean, I can't really give them enough kudos. Thumbs up to you guys at DICE. That is very phenomenal indeed, and listening to your player base and responding so quickly, and that's really the biggest thing about it, is certainly something that is to be admired and should be followed by other developers in the industry. Star Wars: The Old Republic is still looking to have its release this December and currently is in full swing of the beta. They've been doing these beta weekends for quite a while now. I actually got into the beta last weekend and got to spend some time with it. Having a good time, game's looking pretty solid, something I'm considering reviewing once it does come out, spending maybe some time with Let's Plays, doing various videos. But are you not in? If you're not in the beta, go ahead and head over to Joystick. They have got 75,000 beta keys to give away. That is correct. I will, of course, leave a link in the video description below, but they have quite a hefty number of keys, and you can actually go ahead and acquire one, which will give you a chance to come and enter in the next upcoming beta weekend that does come up, that they'll be actually pulling from these beta keys and allowing individuals in. They said they will get to everyone, but they'll be doing it in waves. So again, head on over to Joystick if you would like a Star Wars: The Old Republic beta key. Assassin's Creed Revelations, to be released tomorrow, has only been getting fair reviews. Now this raises the question, are sequels to games being pushed out too quickly? Also looking back on Uncharted 3, which was recently released, it got fairly positive reviews, but people are saying, not nearly as good as Uncharted 2, not as groundbreaking. While the game is still considered good, it's not considered such a leap as the prior iteration was. And same thing pretty much with Assassin's Creed. People were okay with the first Assassin's Creed, the second one saw some improvements, and now the third one's coming out and people are just kind of like, meh. So the question is, should developers be spending more time with these games, putting more love and energy into it? Not saying that they're not working very hard and that they're putting a lot of time, money, and effort into these games, but these things are coming out and they're only getting kind of mediocre reviews. What does that say about the product? Maybe that there should be kind of more innovation and time and effort put into it. And again, nothing that I'm taking away from the developers of these games. They do great work, but there certainly is an issue there, and it's got to be frustrating, especially for the creators of Uncharted 3 and now Assassin's Creed Revelations. You know, they do put a lot of time and energy, and to have this product come out and just kind of flop in the eyes of reviewers. That's got to kind of be a heartache. But again, you can't always listen to reviewers at the same time. People should play the game and make an opinion of their own. And once the game comes out, I'll be able to make a much more fair statement about it. But in terms of development time and how quickly sequels are being pushed out, it is almost safe to say that there's a little bit too much haste behind it. And I think that people should put more time and energy into these sequels to make it as quality of a product as possible. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this Monday's edition of the Force Feed. I'm going to leave you with a question, and it is, what game will you be playing this holiday season? There's a lot of games out and coming out to look forward to. Yeah, again, we've got Star Wars The Old Republic, which was just mentioned. Battlefield 3 is out right now. The recent Call of Duty, Skyrim. What do you feel like you'll be playing most this holiday season? I'm going to say right now Skyrim. I feel like this is going to take a lot of my time and energy, and then besides that, I may take a look at Star Wars The Old Republic. But what about you guys? Please feel free to let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of the Force Feed. The show will be running Monday through Friday, keeping you informed as to what's going on in the gaming industry. Thanks so much for watching, guys. This has been Force, and you've just been force fed.